What's going on, everyone? I just wanted to actually come and record this for you all real quick. Give me 1 second here. I always set a timer because I tend to get carried away and go too long and make these like 20 or 30 minutes videos. And I don't want to do that to y'all. So let me get this timer set real quick. Perfect. Awesome. I hope everyone's having a great evening. As you can tell, I am suited up in my Dr. Mateo uniform. It has been an amazing week, super, super busy to say the least. But I really just wanted to come on here. I actually just got back from a networking meeting with the Chamber. The Chamber here is actually super amazing. I'm super excited for all the people I've actually been able to meet through there. And I really didn't think I would actually like networking as much as I did. And I made it into this big thing that it was not. It's like, man, are they trying to sell me? Am I trying to sell them? Like, what's going on? And, you know, really the fun part about networking is you just get to ask questions about people, which is awesome. And they always enjoy that. And you just learn a ton about them. And specifically me, moving to a community where I know no one. And I didn't really know a ton about Lexington. Moving here and just asking people, like, what they love about Lexington. You just learn so much, and it's super exciting. But I really just wanted to actually just share the message kind of tonight. I just wanted to focus it a little bit on mindset, a little bit more positivity, and just how to be solution oriented, and how being solution oriented actually sets you apart from the majority of people in the world, which is kind of crazy to think about. But specifically with social media and Facebook and the internet, we see a lot of people, like, you impact more people than you think because of the fact that we have the internet and social media. And you really got to think about that. So, like, when you post stuff across, like, you never know who's going to see it. Like, people sometimes get caught up in who has the most likes, the most followers, getting comments and stuff. But the thing that people never think about, like, just think about that for a second. If you're judging all your content by just how many likes and comments you get, like, when is it ever going to be, like, enough? When you hit 200 likes or 200 followers or 400 followers or 500 followers, like, what's your motivation to get to the next level? Like, nothing. But if you're actually just producing stuff that you care about and that you love and that you think is really going to help someone, and that's your goal, then you're going to reach the followers, the likes, and the comments as a byproduct. But what's super interesting, too, is, like, you never know whose feed this is going to go across. It's like I was telling someone, I was on a call with actually a student, and I was explaining this. I was like, I know nothing about fishing. If I was going to go out and go fishing and I wanted to choose bait, would I go out there and choose, let's just say hot dogs, for example, because I don't know what bait's best. He said stink bait is what he told me, so I'm not sure what that is either. But let's just say I took stink bait then. We'll use that. And does it make sense that I know nothing about fishing to just go out there and use, like, stink bait for the whole day? Maybe. Hopefully it's good. Or does it make more sense to bring all sorts of different types of bait out there to see what catches the fish, right? I think that's more productive. It's the same thing on these platforms. Is if you can actually just post stuff and make it different and dynamic, you're going to learn. If people aren't engaging, commenting, or liking, don't be upset because your content probably sucked, and the good news is no one saw it, and you'll just get better, and you'll start producing better content. And as you're doing that, then when you start actually paying for the content, it's going to do 10 times better, which is super, super cool and fascinating to me. That's why I love getting on here, because there's people that I haven't talked to in years, or maybe that I don't even know, that shoot me a message or a comment, and maybe, like, they don't even do, like, a like or anything. They just direct message me. And it's like, that's amazing. Like, to have that power to just get on a video and connect with someone, like, states away. And I think that's super awesome. But you also need to just be aware of what you're putting across, like, your feeds, is, like, negativity. That's one thing I'm learning, like, even this week itself. Like, there's been a lot of, like, I felt like I got kicked in both shins and someone just leg sweeped me. And, you know, things just don't go according to plan. And the thing that you can always control is how do you respond to that. And I'm not telling you I'm perfect at that, because there's times I get upset and I'm very negative. But, like, how you respond is very, very important, and always in your control. And, you know, is really responding negatively or freaking out or just getting super anxious about something, is that ever really going to help solve the problem? Not really, no. So why not just be positive and learn from the experience? It's like, wow, that terrible thing happened, but okay, how do we correct it? Being solution-oriented, I'm going to transition into it. how do we correct it? And the next time that terrible thing happened, you know how to correct it faster, or you can avoid that whole thing in the first place because you just know better. So it's always about progression, not perfection. Always getting better and just being positive through that. And it's not easy. I'm not telling you it's easy. I won't tell you that. And then being solution-oriented. That's going to set you apart from the crowd. Believe it or not. And that's one of my favorite parts about being a chiropractor is you get to see all these people come in with all these different things, and I get to tie it back to the nervous system. Because I've still waited. I've posted this on a lot of videos and podcasts that I've done, is someone leave me a comment or a post, name a function of the body that's not carried out by the nervous system. I haven't got one back yet. So when people come in, typically to the chiropractic office or my office, they're going to have experienced other medical professions, and they're just going to be really frustrated because they haven't got the results they were looking for. And then they're going to come in expecting the same thing, and unfortunately I'm their last-ditch effort. And then I need to take what they have, explain how that relates back to their spine and nervous system, but also by doing evaluations, knowing that that is the truth. And that's a big thing, is selling the truth. I don't think I could honestly sell anything other than the truth, because that's just not the type of person I am. And that's very important. So offering people solutions and real solutions. And I just want to talk about successful people that I've studied. So I read a lot. I watch a ton of YouTube videos. I'm not going to tell you the secrets to success. I'll just tell you to stay tuned, and we'll see if I'm successful or not. But the one thing that successful people have in common for sure is purpose. They have a mission, something that drives them. And the majority of people, it is not money, right? It's a byproduct of them. And if you really think about it, all the great inventions over in time and history were actually made because someone fixed a problem and offered a legitimate solution. And so having a purpose, so like people like Elon Musk or like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? All of their byproduct is the money. And for like Gary Vee, it's followers, likes, and comments. Like, he's not out going like, oh my gosh, I only got 100 likes on this on Twitter. Can't believe it. Day ruined. I'm not doing this anymore. No. He's on there every day because he has a purpose. He wants to leave a legacy. He wants to make an impact. And that's what he's driving for every day. And all the other stuff comes as a byproduct. So I think that's super, super important to just remember. But being solution-oriented and actually offering people solutions to fix their problems makes you different, because a lot of people are going, and even myself, I go to different places, and it's always just like, try this and this and this and this and this. And people really don't care if their product helps you or not. They just care about the fact that you are willing to spend money. So offering people a solution that you actually care about and know that will help them gives you a huge, huge advantage. And it'll give you a huge advantage in your life. So I'm actually going to just leave it at that for tonight. I have a timer. That's why I set the timer, because I see when I'm starting to get a little lengthy. But I think it's super important, again, just to recap the points. Stay positive. You can always control how you respond to situations. Being negative doesn't solve anything, and you never know who's watching what you put on these platforms. So it might as well be a positive thing, or something to encourage, or something that creates love, just some sort of impact that's not negative. I guess if that's as simple as I can put it. And then also being solution-oriented in all the things that you do, and actually making sure it's a valid solution where you care about that solution and why you're offering that to them, and it's something that impacts you and that like really fuels a fire in you. And we have a huge leverage on these platforms too, that you can actually go just share that stuff. Like, you could share, think about it the other way. If a negative thing goes across a bunch of people's feed, positive thing or things that you care about can also go across someone's feed. And that's where the likes, comments, and all that stuff, they're byproducts. And like, you just never know who you're going to reach just by getting in front of the camera and talking. Like, you never know. And maybe that's the day that that person decides to look at your content and it changes their life forever. You know, maybe that's the day that they send it to their huge Facebook or Instagram or podcast influencer, and all of a sudden you become an overnight success, but you were doing the work daily. You just never know how it's going to impact. If you have something that you truly care about and you get on here and educate people, like, you just never know who's going to see it and how it might impact them. And they may never tell you, and you may have no idea that it did, but it happened, and it would be totally worth it, in my opinion, for that to happen. even if it was just one person. So have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for getting on, and I look forward to continuing to grow alongside you all and just continue on this journey and to share my journey with you guys. If you have questions, let me know. Hit me up on comments, direct messages. Any way you can get a hold of me, I'm more than happy to connect with you and just learn how I can better educate and just grow along with you too.